Alright, I'm back. So, there were some issues with the audio, and I figured that people want to actually listen to the audio for the campaign, so I had to fix it. Hopefully it works now. I haven't actually checked, but... So we're going to do the first campaign first, which is the William Wallace.
We are without a leader.
It works.
The dead King of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south. What Edward Longshanks, the avaricious King of England, has returned from successful campaigns in Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon. If we're to have any chance of resistance, we need to forge an army by any means necessary.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, we're just learning how to play here. Apparently we're supposed to be like some peasants and stuff, and then we're trying to learn how to fight. So follow the instructions to reach the Scottish village. Okay. Okay, so it just talks about stuff we kind of should know about by now. With scrolling. Okay.
The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back. But if we are to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march
I didn't do
and
anything.
fight. Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good. Now right-click near
I didn't
the
do
blue
anything.
flag.
Okay, so we're gonna right click to move. Alright, we got this. You guys just might want, if you already know how to do all this stuff,
Now move to the
don't
next
even watch
flag.
this.
Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag.
Oh, okay. By the way, Celts are the best civ in the game. I mean, it's not a...
Excellent. Now to move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area.
Oh no, the black area.
Bid fear.
It's not an expert
Moving
opinion.
into the black
This guy just
area
interrupts me all the
reveals
time.
more of the map. The black area represents unexplored territory. That's
Oh.
all there is to it.
Kid.
Now
Oh,
go to the next flag, where you will meet some allied soldiers.
Erlav. Bargere.
I did this when I was like 5 years old. Sweet.
Kid. Erlav.
To move all your soldiers at once,
Bargere.
click near the
Bargere.
units and
Bargere.
drag around them. Then
Erlav.
right-click to move them.
Kid.
Try moving your soldiers to the next flag.
To.
So one thing you guys want to do when you have a group of units like this is you want to set them on control groups. So like here, you put the militia on 1 and the knights on 2. I think if you select them all at the same time, the knight moves slow like the militia. Yeah, but if you use the knight separately,
To.
then it moves faster, which can be beneficial.
Bargere. Bid
Did all
fear.
your units make it to the
Erlav.
flag?
Yes.
The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost. Scroll up to the outpost building by moving the mouse to the very top of the screen.
Kid. Bargere.
Oh, I
To.
see.
Click the red
Fear.
outpost.
I see. So it wants you to move up here and not click the flags individually, so
Kid.
we'll just click right there.
Erlav.
So these Celt militia are quite
Bargere.
fast there. That's one of the bonus for Celts.
Right
Is that
click the
the
outpost
militia are
to
fast.
attack it.
Okay, okay.
Bargere.
So Celts militia are really fast, so
Kid. Done cut.
poor outpost. What the heck? I clicked to attack!
Bargere. Kid. Bargere. Kid. Bargere. Bargere. Kid.
What now?
The outpost is destroyed. That
Erlav.
should slow the English raids.
We done?
Keep following the path to the village.
Bargere.
Aye.
Fear. Erlav.
Aye aye! Look at these farm placements, they're so inefficient.
Home sweet home.
Kid.
Sweet.
But wait, the English are angry that you destroyed their outpost.
Erlav.
They're
Kid.
coming to attack your village.
To. Bargere. Fear. To.
Alright.
Don't panic. Just
But
click
can't-
your soldiers and right-click the red English soldiers
Kid.
to attack.
To. Bargere.
Defeat the enemy
Kid.
soldiers,
Erlav.
and you'll have won your first
Fear.
battle.
Kid. Fear. Fear.
This knight could kill all of them, but
Fear. To. Bargere.
Micro the weak went away.
Erlav.
This one went to attack a house. Why? I just clicked these units, come on. Oh,
Good job.
sweet.
Now you know how to fight back against the English army.
Follow the instructions. Sweet. I think that was the first one there. Sweet. Leave map. Okay.
Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we'll need many more recruits and much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be drenched with the blood of clansmen.
Sweet. Return to campaigns. Alright, so we finished the first one here. We can go on to the next one.
An army marches on its stomach, or so the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years. But gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meagre forces that we have cobbled together will collapse again.
If this is too slow for you guys, then just jump into like the you can just like speed up the video, or you can just jump into the games against the computer, which hopefully will be released by the time you watch this video. Alright, so main objectives is to gather some resources, so 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. Villagers, yeah, so villagers can gather any of these resources. Yeah. Okay.
Kia.
To support the Scottish army, you will need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold.
Wow.
To gather food from the forage bush, click a villager, then right-click a forage bush near the blue flag.
I want to increase the speed, man. Hold up, I want to increase the speed. This is otherwise this will take too long. Yeah, let's go to fast.
The
So
villager will continue working for you, carrying the food to the town centre.
yeah, otherwise it'll just take forever for us to gather the resources. So yeah, so the forage bushes have food on them, and they're kind
The
of
amount of food you have is shown in the upper left corner of the screen. In addition to your food stockpile, you can see your current wood, gold, and stone stockpiles. The more villagers you have, the faster you can gather
Oh,
resources.
sweet.
Assign your new villagers to gather food.
sweet. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. All right, so we're gonna use our garrison here. What the heck, man? I clicked the garrison in the TC, but I can't do that, I guess. Alright. So once these villagers are done gathering from berries, they'll have the 50 food. So.
Great. You now have 50 food.
Oh, no, I have too much.
Also gather 50 wood and 50 gold. To gather wood, click a villager, then right-click a tree. If you haven't found any gold yet, search in the unexplored territory.
Yeah, I forget what it said. It said like southeast or something. Or, I don't know. Now we're gonna have too much wood.
Good job. You now have enough wood.
Alright, right here.
Good. You found some gold.
Okay, so one thing is, like, if this guy's carrying wood and then he goes to the gold, he's not gonna drop the... What? They didn't update! They didn't update the campaign! So one thing in the actual game is, if you are collecting, like, say this guy's got wood on him, if he goes to collect gold, he won't drop the wood. Like, he will keep the wood until he goes to mine the gold, and then as soon as he starts mining the gold, he will throw away the wood, and it basically won't be collected, because, yeah. I don't know what happened here. Like, it used to be, like, if you had wood on you, and then you clicked on gold, you dropped it right away, but now it makes it so that you don't drop it until you actually go to the spot where you're going to collect, as far as I know. Let's just keep an eye on the wood here. Maybe I'll try it again. Let's see. Okay, so he has one wood. So when I click on the gold, he should hold on to the wood. It shouldn't be deposited. It should just be held on to. So let's see. Okay, so he just drops it. So that is actually a bug. And it's something that they didn't, I guess, like, I think they fixed it on the multiplayer, but on the single player, it's not fixed. Alright, these vills can just chill. It doesn't matter. This guy's gonna finish... He's gonna finish mining. Oh, I guess I could have had these guys mine a little bit, but anyways, we only need 50 gold, so I don't care. I'm just gonna... I can't garrison though, it's just weird.
Excellent. You now have enough gold.
Sweet. Now I think we beat
You're
this.
well on your way to making a city.
Yeah, okay.
Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown his military tactics in Wales, England and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless. He is indeed an enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick-upon-Tweed. With that, I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow.
I'm getting rid of the on-screen mouse right now. I don't know how I do that. Hide. Who's hiding it? Come on. Oh, that. I'm gonna keep the on-screen keyboard just so you guys can see what keys I'm pressing, like the hotkeys I was using. I don't know if it's in a good location though. I'll move it in a second if it's not that great.
In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmishes between Scotland and England. We lost the town of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up spear, sword and bow. We must transform these shepherds into soldiers.
Okay. Train for militia. Always explore the map. You need to locate extra resources and find out what your enemy's doing. Okay, that's good advice. We have not heard from our scouts. They're probably lost in the woods. Okay. Alright, so we have
will
some...
need many soldiers to defend our homeland. To win, you will need to create 4 militia. We'll start by creating villagers. Click your town centre. Then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen.
Yeah. You can click it or you can use the hotkey if you
It
learned
takes
it
time
from
for the
before.
villager to appear. If your town centre is selected, you can see the progress in the status area at the bottom of your screen.
Right here. Okay. So what we're going to do...
Good job. The villager has appeared next to your town centre. Now,
What?
create another villager.
I don't want to create any more villagers, man. I want to build a... I want to make those militia, man. So we got to train for militia, so we need a barracks. We have a lot of resources right now, enough to train all of the militia. So I'm just going to make the militia right away and not actually listen to the rest of the campaign. So a barracks costs 175 wood, and a militia is 60 food and 20 gold. These are things that you just learn over time. And so if we're creating 4 militia, and they're only 60 food each, we only need 60 times 4, which is 240 food, and 80 gold. So
You need additional housing to support your population.
yeah, we already did that.
To build
buddy.
a house, click a villager.
We already did
Click the
that.
Buildings button. Click the Build House button. Then click where you want to build the house. Good job. Try building another house. Each house supports 5 units. The population indicator at the top of the screen shows your current and supportable population. If more than one villager builds a building, it will go up faster.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay, so they do build faster, but it doesn't build twice as fast. It builds like maybe 20%
Other buildings
faster.
are made just like houses. Try building a barracks. The barracks is a military building. Barracks complete. Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. That's 1 militia unit. Create 3 more, and you will have enough soldiers to protect this area and win the scenario. Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen. Click the barracks, and quickly click the Create Militia button 3 more times to make 3 soldiers in a row. Now that you have a few soldiers, you will be able to defend this area against English attacks.
Sweet. So if you guys didn't learn the hotkeys, that's again, I'd go back and do that before even going any farther. That's the most important thing. Yo, I have no idea how we're gonna ever fight anybody when we're just surrounded by wood. Like, how did we even get here in the first place? I don't understand this. This is like borderline forest nothing here. Alright. Let's get out of this.
Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But facing Longshanks' army will be another matter. The wicked English king is yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias can only get us so far. We're going to need more advanced weapons.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, return to map, return to campaigns. Okay, so what are we on? I think we're on the 4th one now.
Rumours creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland. His great sword driving through earth, man and horse alike. If this mythical knight can stall the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now our smiths are forging swords and fletchers are crafting arrows and crossbow bolts.
Oh, I fell asleep. To win, you'll need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raids, okay? Your soldiers will automatically attack any enemy soldiers that are near them. You can also select your soldiers and right-click on a specific enemy unit that you want to attack. Okay. So we gotta go to feudal
The
age.
English use very advanced weapons and armor.
Stop.
To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English
Yeah,
raids. You're
okay.
going to need to research some technologies of your own to increase the strength of your civilization.
Okay.
For example, researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town centre, then click the research.
I'm gonna figure out what tooltip allows you to see like how much things cost. That's something that I think you should have on that you might have turned off earlier if you were watching my stuff. I think it's game tooltips.
Click research loom. Click a villager to gather gold from this mine.
How about not? We don't need that. Game. Maybe it's the extended tooltips. Okay. I think you should actually have the extended tooltips on. It's not a bad thing to have. It gives you additional information here about like what units cost and stuff like that. So for example here, it says advancing the feudal age costs 500 food and 2 dark age buildings. So this is actually something I would do. I would put on, just to go back and look at it again. Now I'm forgetting where it's at. Toggle extended tooltips. Keep that on. I think that's important to have on if you're a newer player. Once you get once you played the game for a while, you kind of know what everything does, so it's not a big deal. Ooh, this is kind of interesting as well. This is fine. I don't care about that. Okay, so we need 500 food to get to feudal age, but then we also need the 2 dark age buildings. So we have enough. We almost have enough food. We need a little bit more food. So we can get some food here from the sheep. So I'll bring the sheep in here. And you want to make sure when you're taking the sheep, you're taking them under the town center. That's going to make it so that you are gathering the fastest rate possible. Okay. Then let's also make a mill here, which now I forget the hotkey. Yeah, it's R. Now that I changed it. We had deer here as well. Alright, so normally you're going to want to make more villagers, like in a proper multiplayer game. You'd make a lot more villagers. But just for the sake of getting through this quickly, we're going to just wait until we have 500 food and then click up. So we're going to get this built. We're going to drop off the resources. We're going to click up. We're just trying to get up this.
To gathering food at forage bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt deer for food.
Yes, we know this. Here's a really cool tip that I'll get into it later, I think. You can go like this. Oops. Work. It doesn't work. So like one thing you can do is your villagers, you can send them to, like, you can tell them what to do after they've done what they're currently doing. So like in this case, they're taking sheep. But I can tell them after the sheep, I want you to take the sheep by holding shift, then pressing what they're doing, then pressing what I want them to do. one kind of cool trick is if you highlight the sheep as well with that, and then you move the sheep in, the sheep will actually go on top of the existing sheep. So the villagers don't even move. It's kind of a little neat tip that I learned recently. So again, you can just do it normal like this, or you can highlight the sheep as well, and then the sheep walks on top. Which isn't really good here because if you look at it, I'm not under the TC directly. I should be over here, but it's okay, just for the purposes. We'll see it a lot more in the future games. So, but again, you highlight everything. See how they didn't even move? They just stand up, drop, and go back to work.
Kid, forget it. Love.
Alright, so now we're up to feudal age.
Congratulations. Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization. The idle villager button. Click it and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the feudal age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms. Click the barracks, then click upgrade to men-at-arms.
Alright, so here we have this new technology, man-at-arms, and again we can see what they cost. And yeah.
Upgrading to man-at-arms will change all your militia units to the more powerful men-at-arms.
Yes. Now we just have to wait for the raids to come in, I guess. You can't have this on fast enough, can you?
The English are attacking again. Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms.
That kind of looks like me about 5 minutes ago. Alright, so what we do here is we can fight him here, or another thing is the TC actually fires arrows. When it's garrisoned, it fires arrows. So here, this is actually a really good fight for us. Because now we have the man-at-arms fighting, but also the villagers. I gotta turn this audio down, it's freaking bugging me. Alright. Yeah, I think we done, right? Sweet.
Longshanks has invaded, stormed and sacked the city of Perth. Worse, he has captured the fabled Stone of Scotland and declared himself King of Scotland. We cannot bring about a victory in battle soon. The Scottish armies will be too demoralised to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish that he would bring his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle.
Alright. Now we're on 5. We're almost there. Thank God.
Time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly forged army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
I thought my game crashed. Defeat the English army and destroy their watchtower. Okay. Okay, so it says this game begins in a similar manner to Random Map, which is one of the big ranked game map modes. Alright. And the Scots Blue have come to the village of Stirling to face the English in battle. Across the stone bridge to the west lies the English fort, which is red. Okay, so yeah.
The time has come to
this
take
is...
the offensive.
Gosh.
The English have a fort near the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. Have your villagers start gathering food and wood. Keep making villagers at your town centre until you have 10. The more villagers you have, the faster your resources will come in.
Alright, so this is basically a standard random map start. God, why doesn't it stop talking?
But they can see a great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English.
Alright, so here, this is like a standard random map start. The difference is that you don't usually start with this many resources. But anyways, so what you're going to want to do to start is Whenever you start a game, you notice that you're at 4 or 5 pop, and so you'll only be able to make 1 villager before you get what's called population capped. So whenever you start a random map game, the first thing you want to do is build a house. And you usually want to do it with 2 villagers that are close to each other. So in this case, these 2 are close, build a house. Next thing you want to do is usually you have like sheep or some other sort of livestock that is kind of somewhere right outside the line of sight. Or sometimes it's in the line of sight and you know where it's at. Anyways, if you know where they're at, then you should get them with the scout or the lone villager. If you don't know where they're at, what you should do is you should scout with the scout one way and the villager the other way and see if you can find the sheep. So in this case, yeah, we don't usually these villagers will be building the house at that same time. In this case, there might not actually be sheep near us. Okay, there are sheep. Once you find the sheep, you bring the sheep in and build a house with the lone villager.
You can specify a location for new units to gather by setting a gather point. For villagers, click the town centre and click the Set Gather Point button.
One thing that we also forgot to do here was we should have been making villagers while we were building the houses. So, like right when you start the game, the first thing you want to do, and kind of you want to do it all at the same time, make villagers, build the first house, and then find those sheep. That's the first thing you want to do. And you'll see that again. You guys will see that again in the future. So again, I remember, you see now we're 5 of 15 pop, so we can make quite a lot more units before we get population capped again. So here I'm just checking to see how much food's left on my sheep because I want to move the villagers. And again, I'm just scouting around with my scout.
Use your villagers to build a mill near your forage container.
Okay, now we're supposed to build a mill here, I guess. Again, what we'll do here is we'll highlight all the villagers, hold shift, and then click on the sheep in the thing. Hopefully the sheep goes around and goes and sits on the other sheep, but I'm not sure it'll do that. Can't. Oh, I keep forgetting I changed my hotkey there. Okay.
You can gain more food by building fishing ships. To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south.
Okay. So we're gonna go down and build a dock. Ideally, we want to build a dock in a location that that has these deep fish. These shore fish don't collect as fast as the deep fish, so we want to find an area that is kind of out in the middle of the water, like out here. We could go right here, and then we're guaranteed that deep fish, or even here. Look at this is even better. We can build it right next to the deep fish. Here we have 2 deep fish right there, right next to each other. Also, it's not so efficient to have the villagers chopping from this one tree. It's better if we move them over to a full, like, a more, like, bigger wood line. So we're going to move the villagers over there. And then also we want to make sure that we're keeping track of how many villagers we have, right? You usually want to make houses.
Now click the dock and build a fishing ship.
Usually want to make villagers, or make houses within two population of when you're about to get housed. So like here, we did it, but we still got housed, and that's because we made a fishing ship. I don't know if, can I take this? Let me see. Am I taking this? No. Okay, so we're making fishing ships. Again, we can see how many units we're making up here.
To fish, click a fishing ship and right-click on a leaping fish.
Yes,
The
we did
fishing
that.
ship will collect fish and automatically return them to the dock. Fishing ships are also useful for exploring.
So what we did here, I just sent him to go take fish because it's more efficient to have her come back with food than for her to just walk back with nothing. So always make sure your villagers are doing something productive.
Build a barracks and 5 militia to defend your villagers and explore the map.
Okay, so next it wants us to build a barracks. Okay. So right now we don't have that much wood, but hopefully we'll get there soon. So we'll have this villager come out and build a barracks.
Can also build farms. Build 4 farms near your mill when your forage bushes are depleted.
How much wood does this guy think we have?
One villager working on it.
Okay, we'll make farms in a second, but we don't have enough wood to build the farms. So we're gonna make the barracks out here. We should also keep scouting. I shouldn't have stopped scouting. That's kind of bad. So next he wants us to build farms. In this case, you wouldn't want to make farms because the fish is really good. Like, the fish is more efficient than farms. But since he wants us to make farms, we'll make farms. Alright, sorry. Build barracks, 5 militia. What did he say? I didn't see what he said. Maybe he said something about building a barracks up here. Yeah, so we're building a barracks in a place that's like good for us defensively. If we build it behind our base, then that gives up all the map control. Like they can get units to here faster than maybe we can defend it, depending on where they're at. So we want 4 farms, all right? All right. So farms are typically 60 wood each. So yep. But like I said, the fishing ships are actually more efficient, so yeah. Also, again, we're kind of keeping track of what our population is again, making sure it's not too much. And we're doing that basically by keeping this villager busy. She could just go back to here, but why not have her build another house here, you know? So we can get loom now. Loom is a technology that makes your villagers stronger, and it's really important to get it before you go to feudal age. Because if the other person gets to feudal age before you, they can do a lot of damage to your villagers because they're very weak. Right now they only have 25 HP. Watch what happens after I get loom. Yeah, see, now that I have loom, now they have 40 HP and more armor. So it's really important that you get that. We'll just make a cheeky little gate here and kind of wall off the side. And then we'll just go up to feudal age. Alright. Now we want to go find out where the enemy's at. We also can make some more farms here, or make some more fishing ships. Oh, he's already here. Okay.
The English are coming to attack. To protect your villagers, you can use the town bell to garrison them in your town centre.
Yeah, don't use the town bell. This is what happens when you do the town bell. Like, see these villagers here? They're not under any attack. But watch what happens if we click the town bell. They start running away. You don't need to do this. This is not good at all. But it is good that he is losing all of his units. Oh shoot, we're gonna lose a vill. Juke.
Defeated the English assault. If you have villagers in your town centre, ring the town bell again to send them back to work.
Yeah, we did that. Alright, so we're just gonna keep making militia. But yeah, it's not really efficient to send villagers here back to the town center. We're gonna rally our new militia here just to keep them safe. And again, these fishing ships actually went to take shore fish here, but again, we want to prioritize this deep sea fish. It's more efficient. Okay. So there's an outpost here. More outposts. I think there's supposed to be a tower around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
Now that you have reached the feudal age, concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You
Okay.
will need at least 12. You are close to the English base.
12.
Better not knock down this wall until you have an army of about 12 soldiers. Remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford them.
Man, we could even make a range, man. That's...
Don't forget, keep exploring the map.
Yeah, okay, buddy. So then there's upgrades here. Like the wood upgrade is something that you almost always get right as soon as you hit feudal age. It's a very important upgrade. Other than that, we'll get a man-at-arms, but we're going to actually make some range units as well. So let's get some range units out. So we want to make some ranges. And then there's also, we want to make the blacksmiths because we want to get upgrades for the archers and the other units. Oh, see, look, we weren't paying attention to our population, and we got population capped. One way that we can kind of fight this population cap is we can upgrade either wheelbarrow or town watch. Neither of these upgrades require villagers, so you can upgrade them and then kind of, like, your town center can still be productive even though you're not making villagers. All right, so we're getting the gold, and then we can keep making more houses. I'm sure we're gonna need quite a few. And now we're just gonna rally the archers forward. Here's one of the upgrades for the archers is fletching. Here's another one, which is the armor upgrade for the archers. And then these are the infantry upgrades, and this is the cavalry upgrades. Alright, so again, we want to look and see if we can find any of the deep fish instead, because it's better. So even this deep fish is better. Okay. So we got the archers being made. We'll get this fletching upgrade. And then we'll get, let's make a couple more, let's see. Let's make a couple more man-at-arms now, because I'm not going to take gold from the, mine here. Another upgrade you can get is horse collar. It makes your farms, like, basically twice as efficient.
Now you have a large enough to attack the English. Charge. Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer casualties and need to make more troops.
Okay. Alright, that should be good enough. Whoops, we'll wait for the last one. And then we're going to keep getting upgrades as we walk over there, just to make sure that we do good. Okay. So again, what you want to do is, instead of having all of the units grouped up on one thing, maybe have like the infantry and the melee units on one, and then the archers on another. And then we're just going to, again, this is attack move. We're going to use attack move to get over there. And like I said, we're going to keep getting the upgrades as we walk over. We should be able to win pretty easily. Especially if we micro.
An English outpost. You know what to
Yeah,
do.
you don't have to just kill stuff like this if you don't want to, but we will. That's kind of cool that you can walk through the water like that. It's kind of a cool texture. Alright, now we're going to try to break into their base. It's actually quite funny because right now, unless he deletes the walls, we can actually hit him, but he can't hit us. Alright, he just runs away, okay. Okay. Alright. Alright. Now let's use this choke point to our advantage here. The archers can hit a lot of their units, but let's see. But he can't hit a lot of us. Alright, now we're in on him. And again, we have upgrades and he didn't, so we're gonna move in. Hopefully there's not too much more army here. I don't think there is. I think there's just like a tower or something. Oh shoot, there's Alright. One thing, you get an extra damage if you're on the hill. So taking the hill is important.
Eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower and our victory will be complete.
Alright, so the tower can't really do any damage. So the thing is with towers and castles is they can't shoot directly underneath them unless you get a certain upgrade. So, alright, just make sure that we kill them. And yeah, we're good.
Great job. You've destroyed the English camp. The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots.
Yeah.
Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game. The most common type of game in Age of Empires 2.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Alright, sort it back out.
Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word arrived that Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight of whom so many have spoken. Now we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the bane of the English. Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal. Sir William replies he cannot be a traitor, for he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigour. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn.
Okay, mate. Alright, what we got now? Forge? Oh yeah, we're not playing on hard or anything like that. That's fine, we play standard, that's whatever.
Our coffers were depleted at the Battle of Stirling. So we need to strengthen our economy once again before pushing south into lands held by the English. We need to construct a market and establish trade routes to the villages of friendly clans. Local legends speak of 3 sacred relics hidden south of Stirling. Acquiring these artifacts for Wallace's army will be a great boost to Scottish morale.
Yeah, okay. So this will be another random map game, I'm guessing. Capture 3 relics and garrison them in your monastery. If you lose your initial monks, you can train more from your monastery. Okay. So there's other people have relics, and so there's a couple ally that has a.
The Scottish army has been rallied by recent victories against the English. The situation is starting to look up. It will help the morale of our army to collect holy relics and place them in our monastery. One of the relics is close to your town. An ally has another relic, and the English have captured a third. Good. We'll have
No, the game crashed. Come on. All right, looks like we died here. So what? Ah, it won't let me exit. Darn it. Oh, yeah.
really.
Whoa. You still alive? Looks like we are. Oh, the thing did crap out on us though. Alright. Oh. Whoa. Let's pop this back in. Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you all know that I Okay, we're back on the William Wallace thing. My computer is just like, I don't know if my computer's just cooking like a mofo. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, we might, after William Wallace, I might need to back down for a little bit. We might need to wait a while. Let's finish this up. Hopefully we can finish it. And then I'll take a break from it. So we already went through all this. So yeah. Why is the sound not working? What's wrong? It's weird. Hello? I don't hear anything. The game don't make noise, dude. Okay. Okay.
Our coffers would we need
Alright,
to
we're
local.
going through all this. Alright, I'm back again. For some reason, my computer crapped out.
The situation is to look up. It will help the morale of our army to place them in our monastery. One of the relics is close to your town.
Right
An
here.
ally has another
Take it.
relic, and the English have captured a third. You can retrieve a relic by clicking a monk and right-clicking the relic. Monks have other abilities as well.
Hopefully the other
They can
campaigns
heal
don't
your
talk
injured
this much.
soldiers or those of your allies.
Kid,
They can
for
also
your
attempt to
relic.
convert
Kid.
enemy soldiers to join your army.
Bargara.
Good.
Kid.
You have a relic. Protect the relic in the
Kid,
monastery by
Forgara.
right-clicking the monastery. Perfect. You now have one relic garrisoned. Relics garrisoned in your monastery will slowly add gold to your stockpile.
Okay, so this is basically a random map start. Again, we have a lot more resources than normal, and it looks like we need to go and grab a relic from the ally, but then also kill the English, and yeah. So we're starting in the feudal age, so we can already make scout cavalry and archers. It looks like the English is also in feudal age, based on looking at this here. It shows what age you're in. So 2 is feudal age, 3 is castle age, and 4 is imperial age. So they're also in feudal age. So we should be able to kill them with a feudal army. Although we do get the castle age upgrade, so we could just go for a castle age army. So, yeah. So, yeah, so let's get our units moving and yeah. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the free food first. And so that's the sheep. And we're also gonna make a couple houses here just to make sure. Actually, let's make the house there. These farms aren't even being used, so we're just gonna take the farms here. And then we're gonna go out and start scouting. We can move the monks out to scout as well, and these guys can go down here. So we'll go there.
Farms are a good source of food once you have exhausted forage, bushes and animals. Farms are built like buildings and must be periodically rebuilt. To gather food from a farm, click a villager, then right-click a farm.
Yeah, we already did that. Alright, so we're having the new villagers go to the sheeps, and we're finding more sheep. So, okay, so red's here. And
It's nice to have
oh, he has crossbow. That's a
Your
castle
ally,
age unit.
the yellow boar, can help you fight the enemy. You
That's
can
it.
also trade with your allies. To trade, you will need to build a market.
That's kind of funny that he's got crossbow even though he's only in feudal age. Like that's not normal. So let's just keep scouting the map and seeing what's where. I'm guessing yellow's down here. Oh, yellow's actually over here. Okay, cool. So we can grab one of the relics. I'm just sending these sheep back. The sheep are free food, so it makes sense to take the free food when you get it, right? And then these guys are just kind of scouting out around.
Kia.
Can't you go in here?
You have reached your ally's town. Go inside to see how his city is doing. Your ally's gate will open automatically
Okay.
for you.
Kid.
Welcome. If you've come for the relic, you can find it on the hill to the northeast of our town.
Alright, let's go there.
Kia, Bitfir, To, Robwiga.
So again, just taking the free food. Like we got. It's also beneficial that if there is water, we take a dock here, make a dock. So, let's actually not queue up our building so much, just because that's not really a good thing. You don't really want to do that if you don't have to. Sweet. Set my sheepa. Again, we'll just take all the free food we can get. And then we're actually almost ready to go for the Castle Age. Because we only need 800 food and 200 gold. Can we make a dock here as well? And there's a lot of fish like this, you want to take the dock. You want to make a lot of docks, if you can. Again, we'll talk about like some of the details about how it is in competitive gameplays like in the future.
Did you know that there are 3 different modes for the minimap in the lower right corner of the screen? You can show only military units, or only resources, and trade units by clicking the buttons just below and to the right of the minimap.
Okay. Alright, let's make a market. Can we make a market? Okay, there's a market. And we'll kill the enemy with the archers, I think. So let's make another range, and then we'll start getting some of the upgrades. And again, remember, we're prioritizing the deep fish, right? And since we're gonna go for the range units, we need wood and gold. So we need to make sure we have lots of lumber choppers, lumberjacks.
You have a market. The market can create trade cards to generate extra gold.
Yeah,
You
we
can
don't
also
really need
exchange
the extra
one
gold
resource
here.
for another at the market for a small fee. Click the market, then click sell food for gold. Villagers and soldiers normally
my gold
appear
at?
outside of the building that created them.
I don't have any other
You
gold.
can have your units move to a spot once they are created by using gather points. To
Guess I-
set a gather point for infantry, click your barracks, click set gather point, then click where on the map you want your
Yeah.
infantry to gather.
I
You
wonder
now
if there's
have
gold
2
behind
relics
here or
garrisoned.
something.
Bring back 1 more and you will be victorious.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna make another lumber camp here, just so it's more efficient. Alright. So now we got our crossbow, now we're gonna get the upgrades. And it should be ready. The monks are quite good for us, so. And then remembering what our hotkeys were, we can press Shift G and set our ranges, set a new waypoint.
The English are attacking our town. Can you tribute any spare food or gold to us?
To tribute your ally, click the diplomacy button in the upper right corner of the screen. Give your ally food and gold, but don't
So we click up here.
give them everything you own. You can use the technology tree to see what technologies and upgrades you can research. Click the technology tree button in the upper right corner of the screen to see the tree for your civilization.
So the technology tree's right here.
Resources.
So we can just look and see what we have. I think we've already kind of gone over it.
Have any spare soldiers? Come to our town and let's drive the English out.
All right. So here's where where you can contribute is if you go up to this diplomacy thing, which is basically these green leaves. Then yeah, this is where you contribute. We don't need to tribute anymore. All right, so let's grab our monks. Does he have a stone gate? Oh, he does have a stone gate. Where did our okay, here we go. So these units, like I talked about in one of the earlier videos,
You have enough soldiers now to think
the
about
militia
attacking
line
the
do
English
bonus
and covering
damage
your
versus
wealth.
buildings, and that includes gates, so that's why I need them here. Also gonna get this upgrade to the wood. And then again, we're just rallying to the gold so we can make more archers, but again, we forgot that we got population capped, and now we can't do anything. Let's wait until our monks come here, though. Again, we have control groups for all these things, so one is the main unit, which is the
If you're
crossbow.
getting ready to attack the English, I can help you out. Here, take this food and wood.
Yeah, we don't need that. I want to use the monks to convert the knight. I don't want to kill the knight, I want to convert it. Yeah, there we go. Kill the crossbows. Yeah, this wall has quite a lot of HP, so it'd take quite a while to get through it. I think it probably makes more sense. Oh, he opened up for us. Get in. No, don't screw it up. Oh. That could have made it so much easier. What we could have done is we could have kept the gate open. We could have kept the gate open by putting a unit in no attack stance, because the gate can't close on a unit that's underneath it. So we could have put the gate, a unit on no attack stance, and then just grab the relic, or like kill the knight, and then grab the relic, and then just walk out. But, yeah. Now we're screwed. Let's get this technology. This technology makes it so your monks walk faster, so it'll be helpful in getting the monks back to the base. The gate's almost dead anyways. Wonder if there's like another opening here that's a bit easier to get through. Oh, they have villagers. Where's the mill at? Oh my gosh, don't tell me there's like more in here. I want to see this. What is in here? Alright, we're not going to attack this. We're not going to attack because if we attack, they'll garrison the TC. If we attack them, the TC will garrison. The computer will garrison. So, we're just going to walk past, not attacking, grab the relic, and get out. Hopefully there's not like a tower like defending it or like a... Oh, of course. Of course there's a bunch of expo there. Alright, so we're not gonna attack, we're gonna attack the crossbowmen, but we're not gonna attack the I probably could just convert them, honestly. How many are there? Not a lot. There's only what, 3? Ah. Don't garrison, please. Just don't garrison. Oh, they have a little army back here. Alright, let's go drop that off. Alright, he's not garrisoning, we're good. We're Gucci. Even if they did garrison, it's too far. Block the villager from going back. Alright. Now we just gotta wait. Hopefully an expo doesn't pop out of here and kill the monk. These tutorials are kind of long, honestly. Like, I could finish these a lot faster, but yeah. Then I wouldn't be able to talk about anything. Convert these villagers. Gotta block him on his way back. You can't block these villagers, man. We're almost there. I wonder if we can block the monks. Maybe we might not be able to block anything that was like computer generated. Oh yeah, we can block the monk. Block the monk forever.
Congratulations.
Alright, we did
You
it.
have captured all 3 relics.
We Gucci.
With the 3 relics locked away safely in Scottish churches, men murmur that we are blessed by the heavens. Our army now stands a chance as we prepare for the final clash with the English. Scotland now has archers and knights of her own with which to meet Longshanks. We march south to Falkirk, where we will join with the army of William Wallace and plan our combined attack upon the English castle.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty, we got the last one here.
The only way that we can hold the boggy lowlands around Falkirk is to build a castle and as many walls as we can construct in a short time. These fortifications will serve to protect our camp as we construct siege weapons with which to assault the English castle. Once the castle is constructed, Wallace himself has sworn to join our forces. Together, we will attack Longshanks and his English troops.
Alright, so this is probably gonna be the last random map game on this. And then I think I'm gonna... Yeah, my computer's getting too hot. I need to do something else. It's just cooking. Alright, build a castle, destroy the English castle. We got a population limit of 100. Alright, so we gotta kill Red again.
The English could attack at any time. You have some walls already, but you should complete them as soon as you have enough stone.
Alright, so we got some walls around our base. So again, we want to make villagers pretty fast here. Make use of the farms that we have. With the amount of resources that we have right now, it's actually better just to go castle age. And then, let's see here. We have a lumber camp somewhere? We already have enough stone to build the walls around our base. So let's do that. And then let's explore. Okay. So
You can also build a tower to defend yourself. Units can garrison within a tower for defense and protection. And archers can even fire out of a tower.
Yeah, so we got some, what, spearmen coming across here? Okay. Okay, so remember, spearmen do bonus damage versus cavalry, so we don't want to fight these knights against the cavalry. Instead, we're going to use the archers. So we can use the cavalry units to bait in the pikemen. There, see, he just upgraded them. But then we wanna fight with the. Okay. All right. Oops. We wanna separate these. Yeah. So we wanna kill the pikemen here. Make sure we're using our idle villager.
If you have surplus resources at one time, you can sell them for gold at your market. You can then use the gold to buy what you need. To build a castle, you must first advance to the next age, the Castle Age. Congratulations! You're going to find lots of things to do in the Castle Age. For starters, try building a siege workshop to make battering rams and other siege weapons.
Yeah, we don't need that, but okay. Alright, so again, we're going to pay attention to what units they're fighting us with and how we engage with our units. Okay, we might need a siege. Yeah.
The advanced buttons let you set combat states for your soldiers. A defensive soldier will be less likely to attack you when it comes near. Click a military unit, then note the combat status buttons in the lower left corner of the screen.
It's not even paying attention, man. It's not even worth to get bow saw right now. Like, it's a good upgrade, but it doesn't help you. We don't have enough lumberjacks to make it efficient. We'll talk more about this stuff later on. So next thing we want to do is probably make another town center. I'm trying to get to 0 resources, but it can be quite challenging. Just because we didn't really start with many villagers to begin with.
You may need to assign extra villagers to gather stone, so you'll have enough to build the castle and all the fortifications you need.
Okay, so now we have 3 town centers, so now we can produce villagers 3 times as fast.
The advanced buttons allow access
We have a
to
good
new type of
population here,
formation.
28 to 85, so we don't have to really worry about that.
To protect the weak unit, such as a monk.
Where can we get that from? Oh, okay. Just send the knights over to kill it. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of patrol here with our units to protect the water. Again, we don't really have to worry about the farms right now because we have enough food. But as soon as the farms start getting low and we start running out of food on them, we need to get the horse collar upgrade because then we're going to need to make more farms. And if we're going to make more farms, we want them to be as efficient as possible. Okay, so we're getting bow saw because we are starting to chop quite a lot of wood. Although we aren't right now, but we should be. Again, what we can use is we can use the Shift H, and that'll select all of our town centers instead of doing it individually. It's more efficient that way. So we'll queue up all the villagers we can with the available food we have. And then again, we're just checking our farms. So it looks like the farms are kind of getting low. So the farms are starting to get low, so we need to start remaking them, and that means we want to get this horse collar upgrade. We can use the market to buy some extra food if we need. So right now we have some extra gold, so. And then we're gonna be using the farm, we're using the resources we have. We're gonna remake this lumber camp. Right now this lumber camp's pretty far away from the wood line, so the villagers are having to walk quite a distance. We want to remake that. And then again, these farms are gonna run out here in a second, so I'm not really gonna make new farms because I know that they're gonna run out. How did they run past me? It's crazy. Alright. Let's let these villagers to go get more stone here, so that we can work towards building the castle. And then we're just gonna make a couple more farms. We can just see up here how much production we're doing. Ideally, we want to always keep constant town center production, so if that means selling some gold, then usually that's worth it. So in this case, we'll sell some gold. Once we've established town center production from all the TCs, so we start seeing the number 2 here, that means that we've established the TC production. If we start seeing the number 2 like frequently, then that means that we've established production. Right now we're not quite there yet, but we're almost there. So yeah, now we've kind of established it now. That means we want to start thinking about what do we want to do next. So like I mentioned before, we were trying to collect some stone. We also need some gold to make some battering rams. So let's put some villagers on gold. And then let's also send a villager forward to make a siege workshop. We can make a couple more farms. I mean, I guess we ideally always want to see 3 villagers here producing. So we're a little bit short of that. So we'll just keep going. Okay. Now we're looking good. Check our population here. Remember, we can't go over 100. That's kind of what the scenario sets on us. We'll look at other upgrades. Heavy plow is usually a pretty good upgrade to get if you're safe. In this case, we could get it. I'm going to decide not to get it just because I want to finish this game a little bit faster.
Kid, Bonnet. Rob Wigga.
Again, we got good villager production, so we don't need to make any more farms unless we want to make more food units. Or, yeah.
Good job. With your new siege workshop, you can make battering rams. Rams are slow, but they are resistant to arrow fire and excellent at knocking down walls. You may need some rams to attack the English castle.
Alright, let's get some villagers. We have enough stone for a castle, which is 650 stone. So let's make a castle. Let's make it right on the choke point. That'll be a good spot to make it. As long as he doesn't surprise us. We don't need this upgrade because we're not going to build a second castle. Yeah. So next thing we can do is the unit that we're going to make inside the castle is called the Woad Raider, and it's an infantry unit that's pretty quick. It's usually not so good in Castle Age, but in this case we'll make do with it. Let me just find it here. It's just a second. Where the heck is it at? Right here. So it costs food and gold, and it doesn't say how fast it makes, but I think it makes pretty quickly. So we're going to need quite a lot of food for it. So right now we have enough farms for the town center production, but we're going to need more farms for the Woad Raider production. So let's make another mill and then start adding villagers to wood, or adding villagers to the farms. And then make sure we click on the mill, because after the villagers build the mill, they'll automatically go to these farms. But if we send them to a farm, they won't automatically build the mill. So that's kind of just a tip there. Alright. Looks like we got some pikemen over here trying to kill this. Also make more rams.
You have completed the castle. Sir William should be here soon, and then it will be time to attack the English.
Alright, let's send these guys over to chop some wood or something. Oh, I actually never got fletching on these units. Oh sweet, we got more units. Oh sweet. Wow, he gave us a lot of units. That'll be really helpful. Let's also get the wheelbarrow upgrade. Looks like we... Whoa, I didn't realize we went way over pop cap. Now we can't even make Woad Raiders because we're so far over.
One of your most powerful units is created at the castle. Create 10 more Woad Raiders.
Yeah, we can't make any more Woad Raiders right now because we're pop cap, but... These paladins? Oh my gosh. We should be able to kill everything. Alright, well we can't do anything right now with the economy. We'll just get all the other eco upgrades right now. Well, I mean we can't do anything else. We can't make any more army right now, so... So I mentioned earlier that if you actually garrison these units, if you garrison the rams, they actually do more damage than if you don't, so... We're gonna garrison them. Alright. And then also we're going to start getting upgrades to the units. That's something we should have actually been doing earlier, but we'll make do. It's kind of weird. They're kind of bugged out here.
The English may be in trouble. Once you have a large army with plenty of siege weapons, go destroy the English castle.
Let's get this other upgrade. Yeah, we're not losing like any units here. We're just killing everything. Where's the English castle at? We'll use one of the paladins to find it. Oh, we got a ram here. So we're unload the ram just so we can kill the... I'm not sure whether or not the ram does more damage with the Woad Raiders in it or without it, honestly. I mean, it does more damage without the Woad Raiders, but, I mean, with the World Raiders in it, but I think the World Raiders plus the Ram is stronger than just the Ram with the World Raiders in it, so you guys get what I'm saying. Also, these ships are just taking up lots of pop space. I have no idea why we need them. Is this William Wallace? Oh, we forgot the champ, dude. He's not even here. Is this castle not even attacking us? Okay. Alright, let's attack this. We don't actually need these ships, so I'll just kill them. They're just wasting our... Oh shoot, we could have landed him. We didn't even need to go around. We could have just gone on the... Ah, that's disappointing. I swear when I was younger, I actually lost this, like, campaign. Which is insane. Like, I don't know how you lose this, but... Alright, let's just unload these and just kill the castle with the World Raiders. Like... Where's my boy? I still don't think we lost a single unit, which is kind of funny. We're about to lose this paladin though. No, we won't. Oh, we did lose a couple units. Why do they path like this? They need to go this way. Come on. Ah, the pathing is so bad. Yeah, we're losing some units here, but it doesn't matter. We'll kill the castle. Meanwhile, my computer is like, please stop playing. Easy. We did it, dude. Come on.
The English castle at Falkirk
I
is
just
no
checked it.
more. The English pretensions in Scotland are surely at an end. The
Are we done now?
forces
I
of
think it's the
Wallace
last one,
are
right?
triumphant.
Sweet. So now we're through this.
It looked certain that we would be defeated at Falkirk. Yet somehow, though outnumbered and outranged by English longbows, we were victorious. The English castle was torn down, and a Scottish one shall be built in its place. William Wallace has shown us the path to victory. Although he is but one man, he inspires great deeds in others. Many of the Scottish knights and lords have drawn their swords with his. Wallace's own sword is a 5.5-foot beast, forged of course in Scotland. He has sworn not to rest until his sword finds the neck of Edward Longshanks. The struggle will continue, but we have learned the ways of war. Now, it is the English who we fear.
William Wallace didn't do anything that game, dude. He just came at the very end to watch the castle fall. Why was yellow Oh, what the heck? I thought I was William Wallace. Alright, so I think that concludes the William Wallace campaigns. So yeah, they were kind of boring. If you guys actually made it through this, I don't even know what you call it, this waste of time almost, then I guess great. Hopefully you learned something. I didn't really get to talk a whole lot about things because the narrator just constantly talked over me, but in the upcoming games, we're definitely probably get a little bit more freedom in terms of me being able to explain things, and yeah. So anyways, that concludes the William Wallace campaign. Up next is the, let's see. Up next is the, oh, there's a lot of, oh shoot, there's a lot of campaigns. Oh, I forgot about this bit. There's a lot of campaigns. I don't know if I'm up for this, boys. There's a lot of campaigns. I didn't realize there were so many. Wait, what's the newest ones? Do they have the newest ones? I guess. I have no idea. It's probably one of these Europe ones. Ay. Alright, well, up next we're going to do the Joan of Arc campaign, so I'll see you guys in the next campaign. Otherwise, like I said, if this is too boring for you guys, I'm sure that the gameplay is going to pick up here after I start playing these other campaigns, but if it's too boring, just jump to the standard game stuff where I start talking more about like what specifically goes on in multiplayer, that kind of stuff. What was this Art of War? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys in the Joan of Arc campaigns. Peace.